So here we are again. If you haven't watched my previous video on SQL injections, please do so, because there you'll learn how to download and install Web for Pentester 1 by Pentester Lab, where you'll find different vulnerabilities. Now in this video, we'll instead exploit file upload vulnerabilities. So this is the machine, and this is the file upload. This is just a form for uploading files, might be images or any other kind of file type. Now to get remote command execution on a machine, you can just download a rev shell, and then we'll just want to download the PHP one, like this one for example. And then it's just a matter of saving it to file. Let's call it shell. Save it to file. This just provides a CMD parameter that we'll use to execute commands on the machine remotely. Then we'll save and exit. We'll upload it, and it's so kind that it also tells us where the file is. Now sometimes you might not find it, so you'll just have to immediately, so you just have to press F12, then inspect it and see where it is, if it's a profile picture for example. But some other times there might be more HTTP requests and the file will be saved at a location that you will not be able to infer. Some other times still the website might rename the file with a random alphanumeric string and you will not be able to find it. But this time around it's quite easy. Just click on it, and this is our shell. To see a list of all the users on the system, we might be able to get a reverse shell and get actually into the system, but we're not interested in this time around. We want to focus on filter evasion. Now, how to go about it methodically? Well, there's the OWASP testing guide. OWASP testing guide, file upload malicious. And you'll find the test upload of malicious files, and there are some tests that you have to perform each time. So the first thing, you might want to change the content type as image JPEG. Now this wasn't necessary because it worked the first time around, but the second example will not be as easy. Now let's rename this from shell.php to shell2.php, and let's try again. We send a file and it says no PHP. So watch my other video on how to set up the burp suite if you haven't done so already. Then we launch the burp suite, which I've already done. Go to proxy. We enable the burp suite. It's already been enabled. We intercept. Let's do it from the top. So we browse for the file shell2.php. We intercept it, we send a file, and you see that we have a post request here. Now to see it a little bit better, we can always send it to the repeater. Remove the intercept, set it to off, and now this is our request. If we try to send it normally, it will have ended the request just like before, and we'll see the response on the right here, and it says no PHP. So this didn't work. Now, what did the OWASP testing guide checklist tell us? Well, you can try first changing the value of content type as image JPEG, for example, in the HTTP request. Now it's implicit that you should do this with a proxy like the burp suite. It's implied that you should do this. See here, we had X application, something like that, and now we switched it to image/JPEG. It was with an E, I guess. Yeah. Send it. And it says no PHP. So this didn't work. Change the extensions to a less common extension, like file.php5. Let's try it out. And it said upload done. Your file can be found at upload images shell. Now we should also have a directory listing vulnerability here. So yeah, we'll be able to see all of this. Now we click on it, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work because it interprets the PHP file to be a normal file that we would normally download from a web server, like a TXT file or a zip file. So this will not work. So this didn't work. This didn't work. Now, change the capitalization of the extension, such as file.php, where P is uppercase and H is lowercase. Okay, this worked too. Let's try it out. This worked. We've been able to successfully bypass evasion filters for the app. Now, why? Why did this work? Well, we can take a closer look at the file. Now, the file name was on the server, let's look for it system-wide. It's example2.php. Let's remove all of the errors from the result. And so it's cd var www upload, and then it's example2. See here, this is simple PHP code. If the post variable is set, okay, it's $dir. That's how you define variables in PHP. And it'll basically save the file to upload the images, like we've seen. And then if the regular expression matches this string right here, then kill the request and return no PHP. And the program execution ends right here. It doesn't upload the file, which is what these other lines do. Now, whatever is within forward slashes is the actual string to look for. Period stands for any character. Backslash period means the literal period. So it's the full extension including the period. Then you have PHP, and then a $sign within regular expressions stands for the end of the line. We've been able to evade the filter successfully because there was no check for the uppercase version of PHP. So even PHP in uppercase with PH and P in uppercase would have worked, or any other combination, because it's not being checked against. And so that's how you will evade file upload vulnerability filters. Now, if nothing worked, you would have tried these other checks, like using special trailing characters such as spaces, dots, or null characters, like you see here. And that's basically it. And if none of these work, then it's probably secure. And that's everything for this video. Thanks for watching. Want to remind you that my courses are available. The link is in the description. Hop on Twitch if you want to. And see you very soon with a new video. Ciao.